Yo, YouTube world, what to do? How everybody doing today, tonight, this afternoon, whatever time you looking at this video? You're now tuned into one of the coolest, realest channel on YouTube with Jose Guapo. You know what I'm saying? The one and only. If they tell you it's another, he's a phony, man. Do not go for it. But I just want to give y'all a little story time today, right? So I'm finna let y'all know about a story that took place from it started off in Rochester, New York. Then it ended up going to DC, back to New York, then back to DC. So this gonna be a DC, New York story. Maybe a couple artists or something is in this story. If I have to say their name, I make sure I'm keeping it respectful. You know, I don't bash people for no views. We ain't doing that. I'm just letting y'all know my story. So okay, cool. It's around the time when Shy had the shit going on. Whatever happened in Memphis, I wasn't there. I don't know what happened. It's just whenever they tried to do whatever they tried to do, when the chain snitching and all that was going on, boom, that shit was going on. I fly to DC. Well, I fly to I had a show in Rochester, New York. So I go to Rochester, New York and do the show. But when we flying back the next morning or whatever, I had a 6-hour layover in DC. And anybody that follow me or been following me since day one, they know like DC became one of my second homes. Like they really embraced me and all that. Like Ant don't be lying on his videos when he be telling y'all like I used to really be out there for a month straight. Like months straight. Real shit. So back to the story time. So it was like, okay, cool. I fly to Rochester. I ended up when coming back, when we done with the show the next morning, I had a 6-hour layover in DC. I had my security guard with me. He wanted to stay with me. So he ended up getting it to where his hours was a 6-hour layover too, because I was the only one with a layover. I don't know how that happened, but I was the only one with a 6-hour layover in Washington D.C., leaving Rochester, New York. Boom. So make a long story short, I told him, hey man, you can go ahead, and I told my security, you can go ahead and go home, bro. You can go ahead and go home, because at first I was just gonna get out there, and if I got 6 hours, I was probably just gonna pull up on Bates, Fat Dog, you know what I'm saying, my DC people, smoke or whatever, you know what I'm saying, chill out with them, and then shoot back to the airport and fly back in. But it ain't go like that. So I had to tell my security, like, nah, I'm good. You ain't even gotta come, because I already know I ain't coming back. I'm gonna probably fly back tomorrow. Boom, okay, cool. So, boom. Babes come get me off the rip. Y'all know Babes coming to get me off the rip. He come get me off the rip. So I'm with Babes. And then, boom. Then we pull up on Fat Dog. That one Fat Dog let me know, like, he gotta go to New York with Shy and shit tomorrow. Like, say things like how today is today. He was saying he gotta go to New York with Shy tomorrow. He was like, you need to come, Slim. Bob, come with us. I was like, alright, say less. This is around the time that I told y'all that the train station and all that got going on. This is how much of a real friend that I am. Like, I'm gonna be there with you when no matter what's going on. If I look at you as a friend or a brother from another, you can be at your worst or your highest. Not saying Shagluz was at his worst or his highest just cause a chain fell off his neck in the altercation. I'm just saying, like, it's a lot of niggas that back up off of niggas when they feel like you got your chain took, or you know what I'm saying, how niggas back up off you when you right or whatever. Woo. But make a long story short, I just held him down. Flew to New York we drove in the next day, drove to New York. I drove to New York. I ended up being in the same truck as Shy. We got to New York. He was working on records and stuff like that. We was in the same studio. Tupac got shot in. We met Busta Rhymes out there in New York. So boom, shoot back from New York, and I get to DC. Now I'm in DC, but mind you, I told y'all the first day I had got to DC, we went to New York the next day. So it was like I never even got to run around to DC to do my feature money collection or none of that. So when I got back to DC, I was like, no sleep. This whole day right here, I'm just sweeping bags up. I'm doing verses all day. I'm going from DC to Baltimore, DC to Baltimore, DC to Baltimore, DC to Baltimore. Doing verses. I probably made like close to 20,000. It was probably like something like 17, 16 to some change, but just round off to 20,000 because I was just leaving the show where I picked up a back end. You know what I'm saying? Rochester, New York. So now it's time for me to, now I done been down so long, it done got close to a whole nother weekend. I got close to on the weekend. I got to perform at Mansion in the Line. This one, Mansion in the Line, used to be promoted by Meezy, which is 21 Savage manager now. So I had performed there, and so now it's like I gotta get back to Atlanta. So mind you, I just told y'all I've been up a whole day. This back when I used to drink syrup. I don't drink syrup no more, so I can speak on it. This back when I used to drink syrup heavy. I've been on syrup all day, smoking weed all day. You know what I'm saying? So the tiredness and the highness is starting to drain me. It's starting to get on me, but I'm still trying to do what I'm trying to do. So basically, I just end up telling Babes, like, take me to the airport. I got something I gotta do tomorrow. But we got into a full-fledged argument because he said I was too loaded. He was like, bro, you too loaded, you tired, you ain't had no sleep. Like, I can't take you to the airport like this. Like, I gotta be responsible. This is my brother, so he's saying this from a real sentimental place. Like, he don't want to drop me off at the airport. Like, and I was by myself, because I told y'all I sent my security home. So he like, and I had, like, I just told y'all I just made almost like a dub. I had like almost 20,000 on me in cash. I had several chains on. My jewelry that I had on was probably equivalent to 25 to 30,000. So he didn't want to take me to the airport and have me just there by myself. And he said I was loaded. I can't remember how loaded I was. I couldn't be too loaded if I were arguing with you telling me to take me to the airport. I got another bag to go pick up. So I'll make a long story even short. He ended up taking me to the airport. As much as he didn't want to, he ended up taking me because he seen like I wasn't gonna let it go. And then he know, all right, cool. If you ain't gonna take me, I know other people in DC that I can get to take them to the airport. I can just call me an Uber or anything like that and go to the airport. We're not tripping off a ride. So he knew that. So after he realized I made my mind up, he would rather be the one that dropped me off than somebody else. So he just went on and dropped me off. Okay, now when he dropped me off, man, tell me why. Like, I don't know which particular airport I was at in DC because they got two. But tell me why, like, I ain't even make it to baggage claim. Not baggage claim, but security. Where you put your bags on the thing and you gotta take it, you know, when you're going through the little security checkpoint. I ain't even make it to that. Like, it's like I fell asleep, like, in the front I fell asleep in the front of the airport where you can, like, where you gotta get in line to buy your tickets. Like, if you buying your ticket at the airport or if you buying your ticket at the desk right there in the airport, or like where you gotta load your bags if you're checking your carry-ons or your under the flight bags and things like that. I fell asleep right there. Got woke up when I'm waking up. I'm getting waken up by police officers. Oh my God, what happened to Verdi? So when they waking me up, they're asking me questions like, are you okay? This and that and all this old shit there. Woo. Me, I'm still asleep and I'm in a lean coma. Lean perk enzyme coma. This was 2016 anyway, so I can speak on it. I don't indulge in those things, those habits for those things anymore anyway. So I'm in a coma. I wake up. I really didn't know what they were talking about. Like, I was trying to figure out what the hell my charge was. Like, what they were trying to do. So once I figured that out, I was like, I started just playing straight crazy. Like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know where I'm at. I don't know how I got here. I just know I'm a rapper. I had a show in Rochester. I don't know what's going on. I don't know how I even got here. I just started playing straight crazy. So they would ask me, do you have ID? They started asking me like I'm no disrespect nobody that's kind of slow or anything. They just started asking me slow questions like, oh, who's the president? What's your name? Just, like when they think you ain't conscious type questions. So I'm not answering none of them correctly because I don't know what they had going on. Make a long story short, they ended up searching me, looking for my wallet. And when they found my wallet, while they were looking for my wallet, They was like going in all my pockets. They pulling out the money, and then they went like in my field pocket. I think I had like 3 Percocets in my field pocket that I forgot about. So when they did that, I guess they arrested me and took me to the hospital in Virginia. They took me to the hospital in Virginia. So shit, the next day, or either the next day or later on that day, I woke up and I was in the hospital. I woke up, I seen 2 police on this side of the bed and 2 doctors on that side of the bed, and I was arrested to the bed. So I'm like, damn, I know I ain't commit no crime. I ain't been doing nothing. I been doing shit but some rap shit. I ain't commit no crime. So damn, I thought about it. I was like, oh yeah, I probably did, goddamn, need some of them perks in my pocket or something. Woo. So now, when I woke up and seen them 2 police officers on this side and I was arrested to the bed, man, I went right back to sleep. Like, you would have thought they just hit me with morphine again. I went right back to sleep. Boom. Okay, cool. Now, when I wake up from this nap, I don't see no doctors or no police officers. Now I'm worried about like my chain. I get to doing like they're like, where the hell my chain at? Like, go to top of my legs. Like, where the hell my money at? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? So I'm doing that, and then I look over there where the sink be at in your little room you be having when you're in the hospital. They had like all my belongings in the clear bag. They had all my chains, rings, bracelets, money, everything. Nothing was missing. Man, I grabbed that shit so fast. And I walked outside because they usually have a police sitting outside the your room in a chair waiting for you to come out if they gotta escort you to jail. I walked outside and peeped that there wasn't no police officer. Oh man, that when I just started getting myself right, just getting everything out the club bag, put my money in my pocket, put my jewelry on. Ooh. Hey man, this is just how crazy the world, not even crazy, this is just how real it be like when you got fans and you somebody or whatever, and people really like you as a person. I don't know if he was an assistant nurse, I don't know what he was. He was like the youngest person in there with a strobe outfit on. So when I seen him, I started asking him like, what's going on, what they said I was in here for, whatever. So he gave me the rundown of everything. I was like, yeah, all that's cool, but I need you to take me to go meet my people in DC right quick. Mind y'all, home is at work. He at work. He worked at this hospital. I'm telling him to leave work and take me down there 50 minutes away. Man, the man was one of my biggest fans, man. The man is the one that had reached out to anybody that he felt like needed to know that I was hospitalized. He got in I don't know how he got in contact. This is when I was up on the Solid Foundation, Quality Control Management. I don't know how he got in contact with them. It got to my family. It got to my father. He really got on his job to spread the information. He didn't even know what I was all the way in the hospital for, but he got on his job to spread the information, to let it be known that, you know, he out here by himself. We don't see no family, no team and that with him, and he held it down. And that nigga, when I told that nigga, I was like, hey bro, you gotta get me out of here, like, let's leave right now. Bro, no bullshit, man. That man left his job just to drop me off to wherever I was trying to go. I told them where I was going was 50 minutes away, because the hospital was in Virginia that I was at. I'm trying to get back to DC. Real shit, like, and he did that. He was telling me the whole car ride, man, I'm on their biggest fan, woo. And I ended up treating him. I gave him a very sentimental diamond cross piece that meant a lot to me. But I gave it to him because I appreciated what he did for me. That's just a crazy story that just, you know, it just happened. It happened in DC. I don't know what actual airport it happened at, because of y'all got 2 on. Whatever one on, if you get locked up at it and they take you to Virginia, that's what hospital I was at. And that's the story of when I was in DC. Was leaving the show from Rochester, North Carolina. Rochester, New York. I'm tripping, y'all. I'm sorry. I just love North Carolina. Rochester, New York. And then had to sit all the way over in DC, instead of sitting in the airport for them 6 hours. I went and hit the streets, and them 6 hours turned to 6 days that I was in DC. And hey, man, there you go. You got the story. Peace, man. For more stories, stay tuned. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, share these stories, comment what was y'all favorite part, what y'all found funny. All these stories is real. None of this is made up. And y'all share these on y'all platforms or whatever, man. You know, so we can grow the channel. Let's get it. I got so many more for y'all. Love, peace, and blessings to everybody.